Welcome back. The Estel Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show continues. And if you can't tell by the background, we are at the Emerald. It is time for Tenora boys basketball. One game, conference championship is on the line. They want to finish up strong as the Rams remain unbeaten in conference play as they welcome the 5-1 Paulding Panthers. Our player profile is brought to you in part by our sponsor, again, Estel Chevrolet Cadillac, located on North Clinton Street in Defiance. Great selection of new and used vehicles. They've got something on the lot in everybody's price range. We invite you to stop on out and check it out in person, or you can also do so if you don't want to dodge the freezing raindrops. You can do so online at drivebobestel.com. We're going to call him 6'2", because that's what the roster says, and we know this guy would not lie to us. Senior Adam Spychala joining us as our player profile. And let me ask you this, because I joked a little bit with Nova Oakley, and I think I also did Awen Blanchard, but your sponsor, Estel Chevrolet Cadillac.
All right.
So if they want a pitch man and they ask you to come on, what car are you driving off the lot to be a spokesman for Estel Chevrolet Cadillac?
Probably a Corvette, new.
He's got high-end taste. All right, we knew that, though. You ready to get after this?
Yeah.
All right, before we preview, let's recap. You all right with that?
Yeah.
See, he's being the ultimate teammate, helping rebound as everybody else is shooting. Let's rewind to last year, coming into this year. Good season last year. What were you doing in the summer? Did you play AAU ball?
No, I did not play
Okay. Were you a gym rat?
AAU. Yeah, basketball and baseball.
Yes. Okay. So what were you working on basketball-wise? Any skill sets in particular to be a better player this year?
Yeah, working more on my drive and rebounding more than I did last year.
Okay. Is that what the coaches challenged you to do, or was that just something you kind of
That's just
self-taught?
something I challenged myself to do.
And how much improved are you in those areas?
I think I'm a lot more improved than I was last year.
So let's talk a little bit about this year. What did the coaches, you're a senior, expected to be a leader. What did the coaching staff tell you they wanted out of you this year?
They wanted me to be vocal, make sure all my teammates are accounted for, make sure we have the right stuff for practice and stuff like that.
Now, some guys lead by example. Some guys are vocal. Some guys can do both. Are you more of one than the other, or are you an even mix?
I'd say I'm both, but more vocal than the other.
Let's talk about leadership on this roster. I know in talking with you and Connor during our last post game, you said you feel you're more mature across the board. Maybe instead of one or two guys, it's more spread out this year. What do you attribute to that, or is it just great team chemistry?
Just playing with Alex and Connor for the whole time I've been playing basketball, it really helps. And then having the underclassmen step up really is a big part.
Let's talk about goals. Did the coaching staff, did the team sit down and talk about what you expected out of yourselves before this year started?
No, Coach Lamassow doesn't like to talk about that. But last week he talked about we have one big game left ahead of us, so that's what he talked about last week.
So what's the key to treating this one just like any other game? You know what's on the line. Paulding knows what's on the line. It's a winner-take-all situation here. How do you treat it like just the next game on the schedule?
Just a normal game. Come ready to practice, be prepared, and focus on what we need to focus on.
You are averaging just over 10 points per game. You're just under 6 rebounds per contest. There isn't that one star, although Welling's numbers maybe stand out a little bit more. But you look up and down this roster, especially the starters, you can see a lot of guys at 7, 8, maybe 9 points. Likewise, 4 or 5 rebounds. What's that say about the balance for this year's team?
There's a really good balance. We like to pass the ball a lot, not selfish.
They're trying to crack him up right now. Welling, the team leader, just did something that we won't say on the air, but this guy's keeping it in charge. You're tough covers, though, right? You can't just guard one guy and say, okay, we've shut him down. How dangerous does that make this team?
I feel like it makes us a lot dangerous. Hopefully a deep playoff run this year. We've got a lot to look forward to next year, too.
So one game at a time. You also have one more after this one, but the postseason brackets are out. And you mentioned deep run. Are you guys actively talking about that? What are your goals for postseason?
Just one game at a time. Every year, coach says survive and advance.
That's what you're playing for, though, right? To wear the uniform one more time.
Yep.
All right, you are a senior.
Yeah.
We know you got baseball still to come.
Yep.
But there's going to come a time here in the spring. You're going to be styling in the cap and gown, strutting the Costa stage, diploma in hand. What's the future going to hold for Adam Spychala?
Join an apprenticeship, join a union, and become an electrician, hopefully.
What got you interested in that?
My uncle and my cousin, they're electricians, so make good money, so that's what I'm for.
He's not lying there. That is a profession that can use all the people they can get right now. Do you see yourself staying involved in basketball or sports in some way, shape, or form, or have you decided?
I hope to stay somewhat involved in sports. Not too involved, but hopefully I can.
Coaching at all? Maybe young kids? Or have you thought about that?
Probably not coaching. That's too much work.
Might run into a junior version of yourself, right?
Yeah.
How would you handle a mini you?
I don't know. It'd be hard.
He's being honest. That's probably the most honest answer we've received all season long from any of our player profiles. Focusing back at the task at hand here. You get them at home.
Yep.
This place is packed.
Hopefully.
It's got a tremendous atmosphere. It's very loud. You've got the open invitation, the mic right in front of you right now, to anybody that's thinking about it, but maybe hasn't made the decision to come out. What do you say to them right now?
Come out and support the Rams. It's going to be a good game.
We anticipate it as well. Congratulations to date so far. Best of luck to you. Not just this one, but the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Adam Spychala, our player profile. Don't you go anywhere. We're back with more of the Estill Chevrolet Cadillac pregame show right after this. You're watching DCTV Sports.